So welcome to the conversation. This is the Harmony Household podcast. I'm Cheryl. This is Amini. We have a special guest today. She is, actually, I don't think she knows this. When I first started my journey in dance fitness, I would go to her YouTube videos to take a look at her choreography and get inspiration. So thank you so much for that. But she is an entrepreneur, a fitness professional, coach, affiliate marketer for her favorite wellness store. And she's an instructor for her own formats, Barre Beast, Your Sass Off, S.W.E.A.T. I mean, come on. With Sarah Placencia.
You're so sweet.
Thank you so much for coming and being with us today.
Oh, of course. Thanks, Cheryl.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Absolutely.
Yay. So no, I'm so excited too. I think it's just so fun to like meet people from everywhere. And it's like, we have a lot more in common than we do not, and I think that's so fun. So thank you for watching my videos. Absolutely. I was going to say, I think most of the reason why I started that YouTube channel was because I kept forgetting my own choreography. I was like, I don't care whoever wants to watch it, but at least I'll go back and try to remember what I did in class. And then, so it's been cool to kind of see and meet people that are like, oh, I used your choreography in my class. I'm like, you did? Oh my gosh. So it's such a cool thing to hear. Cause I'm just very, humbled by it. And I just appreciate that. Yeah. So yay. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I wasn't the only person. There were other instructors too, so people appreciate you.
Yeah. Aw. Well, I'll keep doing it.
Yes, you're good.
Keep it going.
Yeah, I know, right? Keep going. Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
Very fun. Well, thank you so much.
I was going to say, and I had a chance to look at your website. I'm like, the list is going on and on. She is all about her wellness. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. Oh, this is going to be good.
There's a few things I do. I know. I was like, I don't know if I just get bored easily or what. I was just like, you know what? Everything is related to wellness. I just feel like mental health, physical health, I don't know,
connected.
All connected. Yeah, it's all there. So I just appreciate it. And it's been fun to, just, show up in this online space because I come from a small town. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of nice to be able to do that and connect with more people outside of just the people that I physically know in person, So I love it. So awesome.
Yeah, community is so important. I mean, you have a huge community, virtual, in person. It's like the heart of, I think, most businesses, but definitely when it comes to fitness, wellness. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you kind of foster the relationships you have in your communities?
Yeah. Well, the ones that answer me back in messages. Right? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, especially I'm just gonna be so real because I think when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's really like you see the highlight reel of all these people online, and then you just fall into that trap of like constant comparison, right? Like I did that very easily in the beginning. Well, and I'm, I don't even know how many years in now, but it still happens, and I realize there's so many times that somebody will say, "Oh, I wish I was where you're at." And I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, I wish I was over here." And then I was like, you know what? It's not about getting to a certain place. It's about just being in the moment and finding the things that you're so truly grateful for and thankful for. And it's about being more present. And that's what I've realized. And so when it comes to fostering a community, I was like, it's the people that answer me back because, here's a perfect example. I sent out an email probably to about 1,000 people. I'm going to offer my classes for free on Zoom. And I had 0 people show up to that Zoom yesterday. And so I think sometimes we just get into that idea like, oh, they must be doing really well, and it's like, actually, I still struggle with, having people come to class, whereas, it just didn't work for their schedule or they weren't feeling well. And it's okay. I think we can't put our value on a number, number on a scale, number of a viewer, number of followers or a connection or anything like that. So I had 3 girls in my class, physical class, and we busted all the moves. And I was like, okay, freestyle at the end. And then that was my reel yesterday that I did on social media. And I was like, So I was like, the post-COVID world in fitness has really just changed. And I think that's been something that I've had to kind of learn to, it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's taught me to just continue to become resilient, continue to be that friend, continue to reach out to people even when they don't reach back out, and I think that's something too that really, it matters because sometimes I'll hear back from people and they're like, I'm so sorry I never got back to you. They'll tell me something terrible happened in their life and I can't be the one to be like, well, you never got back to me. That's not what this is about. This is about showing up, and just doing the best you can in this time and place, and also giving other people that space to be on their own and space to kind of figure it out too. And you're going to connect in other ways, and the timing might just not be perfect right now, and that's okay too. So yeah, the community is like, it's made me so grateful though for the people who are in my circle. You know, I think that speaks volumes, quality over quantity. Right.
And it makes me think about a topic that Cheryl and I have been talking about a lot lately, the pivots, right? The pivot. Yeah. As I'm listening to you, I'm hearing there's pivots that you made, and you continue to make. I would say, as you reflect back over the course of your career, has there been one significant, like a large pivot that you had to make? And if so, what was that like for you?
Oh, it's a great question. And I think in any entrepreneurship realm, you do have to be able to pivot and kind of go where, sometimes where you feel appreciated, I think that's, even if it's not something that you're like, wow, I can get compensated well in this. It's like, really look at and see, is this serving a purpose? Is this filling my cup, or am I feeling depleted at the end of it? And I think that's what was super important to me. Cause I did recently have a big pivot, in my life. And that was, I was working for an online company for almost a decade. I had partnered with them, and I think some online companies, they will change compensation plans and they will change things up. And I think it's because, they're desperate and they need to pay the bills, and they'll change things and sadly have to, kind of pull back from blessing the people that were with them along the way. Right. And so that was a big change. 2020 was great in the fitness world online, obviously for those reasons, but then 2021, 2022 started to shift back, and they weren't ready for that. And so that change happened in 22 for me, when I knew I had to make a change. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Cause I've always done this and I love doing it. I don't know where to go next. And oh my gosh, there was a lot of sleepless nights, and how are we going to pay the bills? Like, what's going to happen here? And I actually partnered with a different company, and it's a different wellness company, but very similar, in the way they want to help people get healthier. And I was like, you know what, maybe there's something to this. And it was funny because I was already a wellness store shopper at this place. And I was like, okay, let me just see what this is about. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if I really want to take this on, but there's a lot of good that comes from being able to partner with companies like this. And especially if they have integrity, if they treat their people right. Like, I wanted something that was going to be safe and have longevity. And so I looked at, just what they had, and it was, a debt-free company. So I knew right then and there, they weren't going to cut corners. Yeah. And I already knew I loved the products. And I was like, well, I've already probably referred some people without getting paid for it. Might as well get paid for it.
Exactly.
So it was kind of like already there. And so in 2023, I decided to make that change. And meanwhile, I was, with that other company since 2014. So almost a decade, with them. And that was really difficult because I think you find so much of your identity in something, and you don't realize that, your purpose can still be the same thing. You just might drive a different vehicle to get there. Right. And so that's what I found in what I'm doing now. And I feel like at the end of the day, I still get to do what I love, still helping people get healthier, still helping other people build their own brand. Like today, actually, I just got back. I met with a girl. She has a meadery. So she makes honey mead. And we were talking, and she's like, you know what? I would love to partner this with this online store, because I'm all about quality. And she ended up wanting to do this. So I made this like Google form for her. She's going to print it off at her shop, and it's called Be Well Store.
I love it.
And so yeah,
the leverage.
So
leverage. I love it.
And that's what I feel like people need now more than ever, to have multiple sources of income. And it's something like, if it coincides with what it is you're already doing, then, oh my gosh, yes. And right. My husband
Makes sense. Exactly.
My husband was an improv. So it's always yes. And, like add to it, and kind of figure it out along the way. You don't always have the plan, but the best thing to do is just take the action and pivot when you need to pivot. And there's people out there that are already doing the thing that you want to do. So best to just research it, find out. And a lot of times they're willing to help you go hand in hand, because that's what these businesses are built on, right? Like, it's like people helping people. Like, we're all in the service industry because at the end of the day, we are serving a person or a community or, a purpose. So yeah, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. So interesting.
It does.
Yeah. Like we are all in the service industry too. And we talk about 2020 around the same time, that was just peak of COVID and things like that. And so as a fitness instructor, everyone had to pivot. And typically, or at that time, I was going from in-person teaching to virtual. And I found, for me at least, that it was a time where I was able to decide, okay, is teaching what I want to continue doing, because I realized how much I was giving out. So it was an interesting transition. And so I think I've just gotten to the point where I'm able to find balance. So how did you find, I mean, you pivoted in the sense of the business, but in terms of your personal wellness, like, what did that do to you, when at 2020?
Well, it's funny. I'll backtrack just a little bit from there, because in 2017, or actually 2016, I opened up my own studio. So 2017, a year after, I just decided, I was like, you know what, this is, I guess I don't want to do this. Like, somebody else took over the lease. Right at that time, my sister kind of jokingly said, like, hey, we're trying to sell our house in Indiana. You guys should just move back here. And meanwhile, we were living in Pennsylvania, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, is this, a sign? Like, maybe. And the Midwest is so cheap, I just have to say. So
really?
Yeah. It's definitely,
you're going to have to circle back to that.
I know, right? You're like, let me look up this town. Hold on. Yeah. The Midwest is definitely, even with inflation, I mean, it's still pretty affordable, but, and that's the thing. Like, I was like, what's important to me? Well, I'd love to see and travel, my family more. None of us live in the same state. And so it's something that I wanted to be able to, have that affordability and accessibility to, like, just go and pick up whenever. And so I actually did take off almost 3 years of fitness. I subbed a couple classes, and then I was mainly online. And then in March of 2020, I started teaching at the gym. So, and then we all know what happened in March of 2020. Yes. So right at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, all right, well, yeah, same thing. We all had to, like, then go online. And then when I decided to go back, I really was like, okay, I'm going to do strength training and mobility for myself. And I'll teach that as a small class Monday through Friday. And that's what I do. I stream it on the app Twitch. It's kind of like YouTube. So that's what I do Monday through Friday. And then 3 times a week, I teach at the gym, but I don't want to add on any more than that. And to go from like 15 to 20 hours of teaching down to less than 5 hours a week has been phenomenal. And I think that's the thing. I
know you love it.
I love it. And no, it's like, it's just
freedom,
so much freedom. The time freedom, the less aching of the joints. I think that was a big one for me when I realized, like, oh my gosh, I should not always be this sore and my ankles hurt, my, joints. Just, it was a game changer when I cut back and I, just took care of my own physical health. And just because you can say yes to all the things does not mean you should say yes to all the things.
Absolutely.
And so that's what I just found for myself. I was like, well, I can coincide this with my own physical health, because, I think fitness instructors, we beat ourselves up because we're like, oh, well, this is benefiting others. And it's like, okay, but is this benefiting me too? Because if I want to do this at the retirement community, which I do, like, we're all going to end up at the same retirement community. Okay. Like, let's all dance together. Exactly. It's going to be so fun. Yeah. I'm going to go on cruises. It's going to be a vibe. Yeah, exactly. We all take each other's classes. Like, they're like, these ladies are 95 and doing what? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's my long-term goal. So does that coincide with what I'm doing now? And when I was teaching that much? No, because I couldn't maintain that, So, but what I'm doing now, I can definitely maintain. And sorry, it keeps going back to those pivots, but definitely.
She also, sure, like she's also like infusing the balance, right? I'm hearing balance. You have gotten to a place where it sounds as though you have found the perfect balance so that you're able to maintain that while at the same time thinking about your end goal. Right?
Yeah.
Do you ever find it to be challenging to keep with those constraints, if you will? Like, you love doing it so much, you kind of feel like, if I don't keep myself in check, before I know it, I'll be adding on another class, even though I know I shouldn't. Like, do you struggle with that at all?
I think
currently?
not too much in the fitness side of it. I think that very first, when I shut my studio down, I was like, oh my gosh, like, is this going to be a hard thing for me? Because I love teaching classes, but, and I'll wrap this into like, even just my own journey with my own health. You know, I was overtraining for over a decade, and I also struggled with emotional and binge eating at the same time. So I think that had a lot to do with it. And once I threw away my scale, like this was in 2009, I told my husband, I was like, I think I have an eating disorder. Like I'm weighing myself like 10 times a day. Like so I finally was able to admit that to him, and he was like, well, what do you need? And I was like, we just throw away the scale.
Yeah.
And so I literally didn't have a scale for 2009 to almost 2020, I would say. So over a decade. And now we have it, and I don't even use it. I don't measure, like, I don't feel the need to use it. And I feel like right around 2000, when we moved here, 2017, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go from teaching all these classes to like, not like, what am I going to do? You know? And it was like, I kind of had that moment of like, am I going to keep myself in check? How do I do this? And it was really kind of going back to the beginning, like being present in the moment and not worrying about what I did yesterday. I think that was it. Like, it wasn't like, oh, well, I had a bad, eating day yesterday, so I'm going to starve today. Cause that was always my mentality. Yeah. And I think, that I don't know if a lot of, I feel like there are a lot of fitness instructors that, struggle with that, cause maybe they just feel like they need to look the part, or they just feel like, they're not happy with who they are. And, a lot of times emotional eating can stem from anything, right. But I think it's like first admitting there's a problem. And then when you're confronted with like, oh gosh, am I overtraining to outtrain this bad diet, right. like you kind of have to question yourself and see like, is this a real issue? And for me, like it was kind of a nice moment to be like, we got a scale again, because my husband was like, well, I kind of want a scale. Is it okay if I hide it? I'm like, oh, I was like, you can put it in the bathroom. Don't worry about it. And it was such a freedom in knowing I don't need that anymore. So to me, it's not a struggle, but it was a 10-year struggle to overcome that. So I think if people are right in the beginning of that, trying to kind of confront those struggles, it's like take out the triggers. I think that's a big one. Take out the triggers and don't worry about what happened yesterday. Today is a new day, and there's other ways to just feel better, like, go for a walk, add electrolytes to your water, like you don't always have to be reaching for a soda or, a White Claw or whatever, like make these mocktails fun. Like, I think when you can make nutrition and working out fun, you're more likely to stick to it and do it in a much healthier way. So yeah, that's what helped me.
That's lovely. Thank you for sharing that, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting, making small changes and then kind of reframing how you see things, how you move, how you exercise. And you're right. I think it does happen, unfortunately, in a lot of industries where there's a certain image of what a dancer might look like, or an actress or a fitness instructor. And so, unfortunately, I think it's out there a lot where people are overtraining or undereating just to give the appearance of the fit instructor, so yeah.
And I feel like social media does not help with that either, because there's still going to be those voices that are just very negative that not are just in your head, but here they are, talking on social about it. And it's like, so whenever I get those negative people or the creepers, I'll screenshot it. And I know some people are like, oh, I'll blur out their name. I'm like, I ain't blurred out your name. Everybody's going to know you're a freaking jerk. I'm like, screenshot, put it on my stories, put it on my wall. Like, people are like, oh, I won't mess with her.
Call it out. Call it out.
I will, right? Yeah. You stand up now. Let's go. I know.
That same energy.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. You want to say that again in front of everybody else? Yeah. Like, I know. But yeah, that balance too. I kind of want to bring that into businesses also, because I think that's a great question, because I also found myself, having that need to keep showing up and kind of like, how do I balance that with business too? And I do remember, it's so funny. I remember the month, it was October of 2017. And at that point in Messenger on Facebook, if you went over 100 messages, it would just say 99 plus unread messages. And I was like freaking myself out. So every night I was like, okay, let me get it down to 98, And then I was like, this is insane. And I was like going to bed after midnight every night. And it was just crazy. And it was like, just trying to run an online business, and you are talking to a lot of people, you want to make sure you're following up. And and the more people you're talking to, like, it just came to a point where I was like, I need to turn off all of my notifications. So I literally turned off all my notifications and have never turned them on since October of 2017.
Really?
Yeah. So I know I've missed some things. I've probably missed talking to some people, but to be honest, like as I'm talking to somebody, and Cheryl, I've done the same thing with you. I was like, here's my number. Can you text me?
Yeah.
Like, I'll go check my phone. Like, I won't get a notification on my phone either, but I'll actually look through texts first just to see like what's important, who I need to check in with, or if I have something important. So yeah, my email's off, my Instagram's off, my Facebook is off. I was like, so I live by alarms. So that's another way I've had balance in my life, because I'm very much like ADHD squirrel. Like, you know, I just need like some focus. And I think having a structured routine and not having notifications on has completely changed my life. Yeah. So
yeah. I was actually thinking about that on the drive here today, just thinking about boundaries when you're, you know, really, really busy with work or other engagements or whatever, kind of setting the boundary to say, this is when I'm available to do certain things. And then when that time comes, you have to shut off, even if there are things to talk about, things to do, because I think all of us would probably continue to make those phone calls and talk until 2 a.m.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh
it's
my
not
gosh.
sustainable. So I think the balance and the boundaries.
And it's so hard. It's so hard. I struggle with that because I love it, right? I love it. It feeds me in such an amazing way. But then I'm like, I need to turn it off. Like my husband's like, you have to have hours in which you're operating within. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And then next thing I know, I just kind of went away with what I was supposed to keep in place. So that is something that I personally struggle with, to be honest with you. Now, I have no problem if it's something that I don't enjoy doing. Oh, not a problem at all.
Right. Yeah. I know. I'll be like, I'll be scrolling and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, okay, turn it off. Like, get out of here, you know, because it is entertaining, especially if you know, actually my husband's algorithm is like hilarious animal dog videos right now. So we'll watch
I love those dog videos.
Yeah, we do. So I feel like in some ways it's a positive, but in other ways, if you fall into the whole like, okay, I'm just scrolling and now you're getting like these negative algorithms in your news feed and, you know, you're just like, okay, it's time to unplug. And I think we all kind of, I mean, yes, I don't have it all figured out. Definitely not. But I am starting to recognize it and just kind of knowing like, you know, I'll ask my husband, you know, do you have your phone just in case, you know, we're out and about? And he's like, yep. And I was like, okay, I'll leave mine at home, which is so nice. Cause I'm like, I'd rather be present.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Let's bring that back. You leave your phone at home?
I do. You know, it's a novel idea. Who would have thought?
Goodness.
I know.
I don't know. Oh my goodness. I'm just thinking about that. Cheryl, have you ever?
No, I turn back to get it if I forget it.
Oh no. No, I'm serious. Like, it is honestly like we have great conversation. Like, it really, like, I don't know. I just feel like we all remember the time, and I was just late to the party, but I remember it was like 2008 when everybody started getting smartphones. And it was the first year I'd moved to Pennsylvania. That's where Eddie had got a job. We're both from Indiana. And so we're out there and we came back to visit the following, it was that summer and I came back just by myself. And I still had my little like silver, you know, camera. And I always brought it with me everywhere, but I didn't have a smartphone. But my sister and brother-in-law had ones, and we met at Starbucks, and they're both like on their phone like this. And so I have a photo of them, and I was like, I drive 10 hours for this. and I take a photo, and Nathan, like my brother-in-law, was like looking up. My sister's like looking at him, and I'm like, it's a hilarious photo because I was like, oh my gosh, like you guys are so sucked into your phone. And this was like, you know, 18 years ago now. Yeah. And I just remember thinking like, and you'll notice that with certain people, like, what is their attention? Is it their level of like, is their phone face up on a table? Like, okay, you have probably 40% of their attention right now. Yes. You know, is their phone face down? Okay, you have like 50%. Is their phone in a purse? You have 80% of their attention. Exactly. You know, and so I think like just being again present to the people in the room. Like, I think we miss out on so much because we're so glued to our phones. And that has been such a mental health crisis with everyone, I feel like, you know? And so it's just admitting like, okay, do I have a problem? And yeah, I had a problem. That's why I had to like cut it out. And when we hang out, like, I'm like, yeah, do you have your phone? He's like, yep. I was like, okay. So try it, ladies. You might be surprised. You might be surprised.
I don't leave it at home. I'll take it with me. However, to your point, I realized looking through the, you know how if you have an iPhone, it'll remind you how long you've been on the phone, the screen time.
Yes.
And I was alerted that I spent, I don't know, like 8 or 10 hours of screen time.
Wow.
I'm like, I could have learned a whole new language in that time.
I know. Right.
So
true.
In a whole new language.
Exactly. I know.
So I really did. I said, okay, I'm going to take some of that time back. And I started learning
Oh my gosh.
Italian.
Right.
It was just a lot of time.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Yeah. It's so true. It's like, we all have to have that check-in with our, you know, like, okay, am I really doing this?
Yes.
Okay. Let me be more present.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Definitely.
Oh, so I know that you coach clients. And so have you found that you've incorporated some of the lessons you've learned personally into your coaching with your clients? Because if you're not alone when it comes to ideas of what success looks like, you know, healthy relationships with food and things like that. So how all those things played into how you coach people?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think like as soon as somebody hears like your own struggle, then there's that relatability, there's that friendship that forms that connection. And so, I do try to like open up to them because then that allows them to open up to me. You know, there's been many a time where I'm like, we're deep in tears on Zoom, or, you know, I see them in class and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, no, dance it out. Okay, we'll talk about this later. We're going to shake. Like, you know, and not to block anything, but we do. You know, just, I get emotional just thinking about it because I'm like, those connections are just everything. And we all need the community, I feel like, you know, that's so key in order to really let people know that they're not alone in that. And so, when it comes to especially mental health, like you might have seen in my group, I do a lot of those book clubs. And so right now, the book club, it's, I don't know how you feel about swearing, but I'll just say it's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah. Okay.
I've heard about that one.
Yeah.
I've heard about that one.
Yes. So it's the first chapter. I think it's like any TV show where it's like, whoa, did you see that first season? And then afterwards, the rest of the seasons aren't so bad. This is how it is. Like the first chapter of that book, it's like, whoa, oh my gosh. But then afterwards, you're like, okay, here's the stories. Here's how we can better understand it. And I feel like that has really helped because I feel like even within our communities, there's groups of people that will join me for, you know, my online workouts, and then they'll kind of be open to, you know, doing more personal development with me and join me on a book club, you know, and then we start talking about, you know, oh, I need to drink more water. I was like, oh, I got some great electrolytes. Let's talk about it, you know, and that's a way they also connect. And I think, you know, just knowing that we're all multifaceted people, and the more we can connect on different things, the better it is for everybody, right? You're just more connected because now this person gets you on multiple levels. And so, yes, I kind of integrate it all because I feel like it is all connected and it's all like, you know, what I can offer. But more than that, it's just like, you know, that's you end up hanging out with your friends and, you know, you have more than just one common interest a lot of times, you know? And so I feel like it's been fun to connect with people that way and get to know them more so. I
have a question. So when you think about community, because you can tell that this is really important for where you are, right, in your business, do you feel as though the sense of community the way you view it now, had you always viewed it that way? Or do you feel like it happened when you start to pivot?
Yeah, that is a good question. I think whenever you have more growth, and you're more vulnerable, over time, that becomes deepening connections, you know? So I think, of course, it changed. Like, I think just because I changed, you know, like when you allow more growth, when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, like, of course, you're going to feel a deeper connection. I don't know if it was necessarily which communities are like the better ones, you know, because I feel like, you know, like Zumba got my foot in the door, you know, with like fitness, you know, and choreography and my love of dance, you know, and then there was, you know, Beachbody and just getting to, be a part of that big community of, people that were changing lives, and got to work with Sean T. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this man, and I was just like, I think there's like so many people along the way that I'm like, wow, that really opened up this door, or I really grew in that realm because I, was able to just be a part of it, and if there was anything that I just didn't feel as connected, it was probably because it was something that I had a boundary up that, you know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes we get hurt or we get burned, and then we're like, well, that wasn't for me. But I'm like, but really it could have been, maybe the timing wasn't right because you weren't ready to be open to it either. Cause I think a lot of times people will say that with like, oh, this company or this person. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I think everybody's just trying to do the best they can with what they have. Right. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm just grateful for the communities that I was open to and getting outside my comfort zone with, because I just remember many a times having I had a panic attack on a phone call once because I was the guest speaker, and I had a full blown panic attack and was lying on my kitchen floor, and my husband's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm having a heart attack or something." Like, I didn't know what it was, and and so I just like look back and I'm like, I remember even thinking like, wow. Do I quit and defriend all these people on social media because this was so embarrassing, or is that the worst thing that could happen and I just get better at it? Like, and so I'm just so glad that I chose the second, because I think we all suck in the beginning. Just embrace it. Just go with it. You're going to learn as you go, and all of your communities are going to grow with you. I mean, not everyone in your communities, but you're going to notice that like you're going to have those ride or dies, but you're also going to have some of those people that make you want to do better too, and that's what you want. So
I'm so glad you shared that.
Okay.
I think that is so important for people to understand, because we all have experienced something to that degree where we just want to run away with our tails between our legs, and it's like, but just to have the endurance to just push forward. So many people can learn from that, and it makes you so relatable. So I thank you you've been sharing these pieces of you with us, and we appreciate that, because it's really giving individuals another level of insight from another entrepreneur. Like, listen, we are all human, having these human experiences. Sometimes we show up and we are like, everything's like amazing. Sometimes, but
it is,
yeah, exactly.
But it's a lot in that space, right? When we're uncomfortable, 100%. A lot of healing and growth that we can experience, and and it's cool that people can be a part of that journey with us, and be a part of that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think just knowing that nothing is ever perfect, right? And the great days, it's like, oh my gosh, really embrace that. But then the hard days, I just always think there's going to be another great day. Like, this is just the struggle right now. Like, what is it that I need to learn? What is it that I need to get better at? And I think also maybe I just need to veg out and like be watching my reels for 10 hours.
Exactly.
like, there is a balance there, and it's okay to have those times where you're just like, this is my season of rest. And like, because I do notice that about myself, where I'll go. And my husband's like, oh, I'm so glad you're just binging like this show right now. And I'm like, yeah, you're so right. Like, I needed a good, like, Netflix, like 10 hours.
Yes.
And I'm like, I've recently started, not recently, it's probably been like 6 or 7 years, but I now, I don't know if you guys have heard of Shonda Rhimes. She wrote, Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, love her. She has a great audiobook, A Year of Yes. Have you ever heard of that one?
Heard of it.
Okay.
Is it the concept where she's saying yes to everything that comes across her path?
Yeah. Well, it was basically saying yes to the things that truly mattered. And and it was just really neat because she had a lot of opportunities, but was it the really important yeses she was saying yes to? And something that I realized, like, early on, or not early on, but Eddie, he loves playing video games, and I kind of grew up with some video games, and I realized like it was one of those yeses that I was like, he would always ask me while I'm working, like, oh, do you want to play this game? You might like it. And I would always be like, oh, I have so much work to do, and so then after that book, she had said her daughter always wanted to play, and she's like, yes, I'm putting this away, like, and she would give her that 15-20 minutes, and then she was, so I kind of did that with playing games, and just the other day I looked and it said 7 70 hours into this game, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I will sit like on, actually it's so funny, we have a dog bed for our dogs, but I lay on it, and I'm sitting there playing a game, and he's on his computer playing his game, and like it's co-op games, and I'm like obsessed with it now. So I'm like a full-on gamer, and like play games probably every other day with him, and we'll play for a few hours every night before we go to bed. And so now I'm not streaming, now I'm not scrolling. Now I'm not worried about like, just always doing things for others. I'm like, this is so nice. Just, this is what matters. Like saying yes to somebody that you want to spend more time with, and just doing something without having to worry about responsibility for a moment, like just, I think we all need that time to just break away from the work and do what's really, really important in life. And that's like, be present to the ones you love,
Absolutely.
And you care about. So yeah, definitely. But no, this has been so fun. And I love the green. I don't know if you're wearing a green shirt. You've got the green background. I have
wasn't even planned.
I know, right? I was like, my walls are green. I was like, green is such a good color though. It really is. It's like, yeah, it is.
It's so grounding for me. I love green.
I love that. Yeah. Are most of your rooms green in your house?
No. The funny thing is the green became my favorite in recent months. I want to say maybe within the last 8 months, I'm like gravitating towards greens.
Yeah.
And so the paint is a recent job, So
yeah.
I'm like, I want to do the rest of my house in green.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. There's such good energy and vibes, and you can look at like what green means on abundance, and life and growth, and I just love it too. So I just noticed that with all three of us. I was like, oh, look at how many greens are. Yeah,
abundance all the way around.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
it's happening. It's happening all the time.
Yes.
Oh, always. Always.
Right.
No, this has really, really been great. I'm so happy that you said yes. 100%. It's great talking to you all the time.
Aw, thank you, Cheryl. Aw, ditto.
Yeah.
And Amini, so nice to meet you. Yeah.
You as well. So nice. I heard a lot about you. So this was so amazing. When Cheryl said that, you said yes. I said, oh, let's go. This is going to be fun. Let's go. Yeah. Let's do it.
I know. That's exciting. Oh, just to kind of be in the beginning. I love it. So thank you. It means a lot. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
So I know the things that you do in terms of fitness and your sweaty besties and things like that, but let the listeners know either where they can find you, what you're working on, what you have coming up.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yes, definitely. So as Amini was saying, my website and all the things. If you go to sarahplacencia.com, there is, quite a few online classes that I teach virtually. My recorded classes, there's over, I think 600 of those now, on my website, and it's like $10 a month. And then I also I'm starting to teach instructors to actually teach my S.W.E.A.T format, which has been really cool. One girl, I taught the format on a Saturday, and she taught on Monday. She took it to the gym, and she's been teaching it consistently. Now it's 6 weeks endurance and toning. And I wanted, for my own self, when I was, overtraining, I was like, I need to get back into what is healthy for my body, which is strength training and mobility training. And so there wasn't really a set program just for that, because they always want to throw cardio in. I was like, listen, I only want to do cardio one time a week when I do my dance fitness class. Thank you. Yeah. That's the only cardio I want. And so that class has really just, helped me to understand proper, strength training and focused on mobility. And so I do offer that as a training tool for personal trainers if they want to take it to, their clients or in a gym setting or virtual. So I also offer that for people in the fitness realm. And then, obviously with the wellness store, partnered with them, and I just try to find out what people's goals are that might coincide with some of our supplements or non-toxic European grade, cleaning products, hair care, skin care, all the things there. But you can find me online: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, probably Twitter. I don't know. I don't know how to use it. I got rid of my Snapchat, my TikTok. I just forgot my passwords, and I was like, I'm over this. I don't need. Three or four platforms is enough. I know. I'm like so old. I'll be 42 next month, so I'm like, no.
Oh, wait a minute. Mm-mm. She says you are young.
I'm so young.
We age backwards.
Yeah. We are aging backwards. Amen,
because we wear green. We're aging backwards.
We are. I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's how I like to say it too. I was like, no, like I'm 42 and I feel amazing. Like that's what I want for people of any age to really feel like they can age backwards. Yes. And that's actually, I have a call tonight and it's called Aging Backwards. So it's funny that you say that. It's every Tuesday it's called Aging Backwards dash living life at your peak. And it's all about healthy supplementation and taking back like, just how your joints feel. There's some ginger and turmeric supplements that we have, and it's just been a game changer for me. So we have a call on it. So yeah, there's lots of different things out there, but yeah, book clubs. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, too many things.
All great things. So all great things.
All great things.
Well, thank you, ladies.
So I will definitely, I think, I was going to sign up for your S.W.E.A.T certification. Didn't get to it last time. Yeah, but I will get to it.
Yeah. No pressure. I'm always here, girl.
Wonderful.
Yep.
And I need to get these joints moving, so you're gonna have to talk.
Let's do it.
So
and we keep it fun.
We do it without any pain.
I know, right? Exactly. You'll feel good doing it. No, it's awesome. Oh, well, you ladies are so much fun, and thank you again for having me here. This has been awesome, and you ladies are just such bright lights. Like your smiles are so fun. I would love to. Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you guys connect? Can I ask you some questions? Like,
Of course. So okay. My mom, actually, this is 10 years ago, or more than 10 years ago, found an ad or one of Omni's ads on probably a website, and for Christmas gave me a gift certificate to her salon, and she did my hair. And then from that time till now, we've had conversations. I'm typically in her chair. We talk about entrepreneurship, literally just brainstorming.
Wow.
All the time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, I love even that. Outside of the chair, we'll pick up the phone like, so I have this idea. Let me run this by you.
Absolutely.
Just waking up, like we know it. This is constant.
Yeah.
And we're always like, we should record this.
Right.
We're like, oh man, why didn't we record it? So finally, Cheryl was like, you know what? What do you think about us doing a podcast? Let's go. Let's do it. Like, let's do it. Let's do it.
I know.
The year of yes.
The year of yes, exactly. This is, you commit to it. And it's nice when you have like accountability to it too.
Absolutely.
Obviously, that community is so key. And there's always people that know people. And I think like that's how you just keep on, the podcast going, because there's always people out there to learn from. And but I love that. And your guys' hair is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Are you still doing hair then, Amini? Or
yes, I kind of, slowed down a little bit. So I would just love traveling, and I love getting out there, having experiences. So I had to check my balance.
Right. Exactly.
And once I did that, my lifestyle completely changed. So I resonate with everything you were saying about the balance.
Right. Yeah. Did you? Absolutely. You guys went to England together? Is that right?
Yeah. So we just got back. Actually, Omni literally drove from JFK. Got herself together and got on the
a couple hours ago.
Are you serious?
A couple of hours ago. I landed. I think, sure, when did I message you? I think I landed at, was it 1? 12? Yeah, I just got back. Not many hours of sleep, in Paris, sleeping at the airport.
Oh my gosh. And that is hard with the time change. It was amazing. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even know.
Oh my gosh.
We found out when we were in a Pilates class that the time had changed.
In London, where I was. I thought it was typically it's 5 hours, but they had a time change. It became 4. And of course, I invited someone to view a webinar, and she's like, nobody's here.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
It's like, you're like, hold on, let me check that. That's right. Their time change is different than ours, isn't it? I forgot about that. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys are amazing.
Oh, thank you. You're amazing.
The fact that oh my gosh, just to be so flexible. You ladies are so sweet. Like, thank you again. Yeah, I'm so glad that it worked out. Yeah.
And meet you in person.
We're gonna meet in person. Like, seriously, like I'm gonna head out East Coast. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna have those retreats we were talking about.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm excited. Yes.
Looking forward to
very
it.
Cool. Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you again for this.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Awesome.